Welcome to ISO 9001 Awareness Training. The adoption of a quality management is a strategic decision for an organization that can help to improve its overall performance and provide a sound basic for sustainable development initiatives. The potential benefits to an organization of implementing a quality management system based on this international standard are: A. The ability to consistently provide products and services that meet customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements. B. Facilitating opportunities to enhance customer satisfaction. C. Addressing risk and opportunities associated with its context and objectives. D. The ability to demonstrate conformity to specified quality management system requirements. This international standards can be used by internal and external parties. It is not the intent of this international standards to imply the need for 1. Uniformity in the structure of different quality management systems. 2. Alignment of documentation to the clause structure of this international. 3. Standards, the use of the specific terminology of this international standards with the organization. The quality management system's requirements specified in this international standards are complementary to requirements for products and services. This international standards employs the process approach, which incorporates the Plan Do-Check Act PDCA cycle and risk-based thinking. The process approach enables an organization to plan its processes and their interactions. The PDCA cycle enables an organization to ensure that its processes are adequately resourced and managed, and that opportunities for improvement are determined and acted on. Risk-based thinking enables an organization to determine the factors that could cause its processes and its quality management system to deviate from the planned results, to put in place preventive controls to minimize negative effects and to make maximum use of opportunities as they arise. Consistently meeting requirements and future needs and expectation poses a challenge for organization in an increasingly dynamic and complex environment. To achieve this objective, the organization might find it necessary to forms of improvement in addition to correction and continual improvement, such as breakthrough change, innovation and reorganization. What will we cover in this training session? 1. Introduction to standard. 2. AIM of an quality management system. 3. Plan Do-Check Act cycle. 4. Contents of this document. 5. Understand of all sections of this standards. 6. ISO 9001 Lead Auditor. QMS Course Objective. 1. To explain the purpose and benefits of quality management system, including understanding of the basic quality principles high-level structure. 2. To explain the purpose, content of ISO 9001 and the legislative framework relevant to QMS. 3. To explain in brief, the principles, processes, as a basis to establish QMS management systems. 4. To understand the requirements in the ISO 9001. 5. Audit guidance to auditors on assessment of requirements of this standard. 6. To provide an understanding and strengthen skills for implementing the requirements into the existing management system. Benefits of quality management system. Benefits of quality management system are: 1. Meeting the customer's requirements, which helps to instill confidence in the organization, in turn leading to more customers, more sales, and more repeat business. 2. Meeting the organization's requirements, which ensures compliance with regulations and provision of products and services in the most cost and resource-efficient manner, creating room for expansion, growth, and profit. These benefits offer additional advantages, including: 1. Defining, improving, and controlling processes. 2. Reducing waste. 3. Preventing mistakes. 4. Lowering costs. 5. Facilitating and identifying training opportunities. 6. Engaging staff. 7. Setting organization-wide direction. 8. Communicating a readiness to produce consistent results. Elements Requirements Quality Management System. Each element of a quality management system helps achieve the overall goals of meeting the customer's and organization's requirements. Quality management systems should address an organization's unique needs, however, the elements all systems have in common include: 1. The organization's quality policy and quality objectives. 2. Quality manual. 3. Procedures, instructions, and records. 4. Data management. 5. Internal processes. 6. Customer satisfaction from product quality. 7. Improvement opportunities. 8. Quality analysis. Development of ISO 9001 Quality Management System. 1. First issue standards was ISO 9001 to 1987. 2. Second issue standards was ISO 9001 to 1994. 3. Third issue standards was ISO 9001 to 2000. 4. Fourth issue standards was ISO 9001 to 2008. And fifth issue and final issue standards is ISO 9001 to 2015. Quality Management System Principles. The quality management principles are: 1. Customer focus. 2. Leadership. 3. Engagement of people. 4. Process approach. 5. Improvements. 6. Evidence-based decision-making. 7. Relationship management. Plan Do-Check Act cycle. The PDCA cycle can be applied to all processes and to the quality management system as a whole. Figure illustrates how clauses 4 to 10 can be grouped relation to the PDCA cycle. The PDCA cycle can be briefly described as follows. 1. Plan. Establish the objectives of the system and its processes, and the resources needed to deliver result in accordance with customers' requirement and the organization's policies, and identify and address risk and opportunities. 2. Do. Implement what was planned. 3. Check, monitor and, where application, measure processes and the resulting products and services against policies, objectives, requirements and planned activities, and report the result. 4. Take action to improve performance, as necessary. Risk-based thinking. Risk-based thinking is essential for achieving an effective quality management system. The concept of risk-based thinking has been implicit in previous edition of this international standards, including, for example, carrying out preventive action to eliminate potential nonconformities, analyzing any nonconformities that do occur, and taking action to prevent recurrence that is appropriate for the effects of the nonconformity. To conform to the requirements of this international standards, an organization needs to plan and implement action to address risk and opportunities. Addressing both risk and opportunities establishes a basis for increasing the effectiveness of the quality management system, achieving improved result and preventing negative effects. Opportunities can arise as a result of a situation favorable to achieving an intended result, for example, a set of circumstances that allow the organization to attract customers, develop new products and services, reduce waste or improve productivity. Action to address opportunities can also include consideration of associated risks. Risk is the effect or uncertainty, and any such uncertainty can have positive or negative effects. A positive deviation arising from the risk can provide an opportunity, but not all positive effects of risk result in opportunities. Chapter 1: Scope of Quality Management System. This international standard specifies requirements for a quality management system when an organization A. needs to demonstrate its ability to consistently provide products and services that meet customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements, and B. aims to enhance customer satisfaction through the effective application of the system, including processes for improvement of the system and the assurance of conformity to customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements. All the requirements of this international standards are generic and are intended to be applicable to any organization, regardless of its type or size, or the products and services it provides. Note 1: in this international standards, the terms product or service only apply to products and services intended for or required by a customer. Note 2: statutory and regulatory requirements can be expressed as legal requirements. Chapter 2: Normative references. There are no normative references in this document. Chapter 3.0: Terms and definitions. Participation. Involvement of workers in decision-making. Consultation. Seeking the views, making a decision. Workplace. Place under the control of the organization where a person needs to be or go by reason of work. Note 1: the organization responsibilities depends on the degree of control. Risk. Effect of uncertainty. Organization. Persons of group of people that has its own functions with responsibilities, authorities and relationships to achieve its objectives. Interested party. Person or organization that can affect it, be affected by, or perceive itself to be affected by a decision or activity. Contractor. External organization providing services to the organization at a workplace in accordance with agreed specifications, terms and conditions. Worker. Person performing work or work-related activities under the control of the organization. Note 1: persons perform work or work-related activities under various arrangements, paid, unpaid. Note 2: workers include top management, managerial and non-managerial. Note 3: work or work-related activities performed by workers employed by another organization, insourced activities. Chapter 4: Context of the organizations. In Chapter 4 we will cover 4.1 Understanding the organization and its context. 4.2 Understanding the needs and expectations of workers and other interested parties. 4.3 Determining the scope of the quality management system. 4.4 Quality management system and its process. 4.1 Understanding the organization and its context. The organization shall determine external and internal issues that are relevant to its purpose and its strategic direction and that affect its ability to achieve the intended results of its quality management system. The organization shall monitor and review information about these external and internal issue. Note 1: issue can include positive and negative factors condition for consideration. Note 2: understanding the external context can be facilitated by considering issues arising from legal, technological, competitive, market, social and economic environments, whether international, national, regional or local. Note 3: understanding the internal context can be facilitated by considering issues related to values, culture, knowledge and performance of the organization. 4.2 Understanding the needs and expectations of workers and other interested parties. Due to their effect or potential effect on the organization's ability to consistently provide products and services that customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements, the organization shall determine a. the interested parties that are relevant to the quality management system. b. the requirements of these interested parties that are relevant to the quality management system. The organization shall monitor and review information about these interested parties and their relevant requirements. 4.3 Determining the scope of the quality management system. The organization shall determine the boundaries and applicability of the quality management system to establish its scope. When determining this scope, the organization shall consider a. the external and internal issues referred to in 4.1. b. The requirements of relevant interested parties referred to in 4.2. C. The products and services of the organization. The organization shall apply all the requirements of this international standards if they are applicable within the determined scope of its quality management system. The scope of the organization's quality management system shall be available and be maintained as documented information. The scope shall state the types of products and services covered, and provide justification for any requirement of this international standards that the organization determines is not applicable to the scope of its quality management system. Conformity to this international standards may be claimed if the requirements determined as not being applicable do not affect the organization's ability or responsibility to ensure the conformity of its products and services and the enhancement of customer satisfaction. 4.3 Quality Management System and its processes. 4.4.1 The organization shall establish, implement, maintain and continually improve a quality management system, including the process needed and their interactions, in a accordance with the requirements of this international standards. The organization shall determine the process needed for the quality management system and their application throughout the organization, and shall a. Determine the inputs required and the outputs expected from these processes. b. Determine the sequence and interaction of these processes. c. Determine and apply the criteria and methods, including monitoring measurements and related performance indicators, needed to ensure the effective operation and control of these processes. d. Determine the resources needed for these processes and ensure their availability. e. Assign the responsibilities and authorities for these processes. f. Address the risks and opportunities as determined in accordance with the requirements of 6.1. g. Evaluate these processes and implement any changes needed to ensure that these processes achieve their intended results. h. Improve the processes and the quality management system. 4.4.2 To the extent necessary, the organization shall a. Maintain documented information to support the operation of its processes. b. Retain documented information to have confidence that the processes are being carried